Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's February 20th, 2019. I'm out in the lower shop. I just finished getting the section, that's the south wall of the north workshop area, and a little bit of the east wall behind me here, and the west wall behind me here. So it's a bit of a U-shaped area so that I can what I have done is gotten all the studs in. First thing I did was at the base of those studs there's a 2x4, pressure treated 2x4, and the reason I use, so all of these studs, the vertical studs here are 2x3s and the horizontals are 2x3s, kiln-dried 2x3 by 8-foot boards. And those are the boards that I use for supporting the wall structure. They're all screwed in with the horizontals with 5-inch wood screws, and the 2x3s that are vertical, they're screwed in with 3-inch coated screws, wood screws. And at the base of all those vertical studs is a 2x4. Now when we take the 2x3s, there's 2 layers of them covering up the innermost layer of insulation. And so that's a total of 3 inches. And a 2x4 ends up being about 3.5 inches thick. So what I elected to do was use a pressure treated board that's in contact with the concrete floor. And that way I have 1.5 inches of pressure treated wood that sits on the ground level, and the plywood will sit on that 1/2 inch lip or 5/8 of an inch lip that extends out beyond the depth of the both the horizontal and vertical 2x3s. I hope that makes sense. So it's a little bit of a purchase, so when I lay my 4x8 sheets down horizontally, they aren't laying right on the concrete floor in case there are spills or problems in the future with moisture, and trying to make sure that it doesn't get absorbed up into the multiple layers of plywood. And it's gone along pretty well so far. The next thing is going ahead and getting the plywood up, getting that established, the base layer along this south wall, and then getting a small section right about here where I am now, where the sub panel will go. So the goal is getting the sub panel location set so that we can get the sub panel on both sides installed, and I can run some of the wires for around in the area for the shop area. So it's been bitterly cold. It's 7 degrees in here. I paid attention to what it said on the local weather. It said 11 degrees today. It's actually 7 degrees in here. And it's taken its toll. Let me see, do we have... These are the clamps. These are woodworker clamps. I have a bunch of those. I snapped 2 of these today. The plastic just isn't holding up. And my batteries, my lithium-ion batteries for my DeWalt chargers, I had to bring the chargers over to the house because the chargers won't charge these lithium-ion batteries when it's this temperature in here. So it's bitterly cold. We got these verticals up, so the next phase will be starting to lay some of the plywood, and then I'll be going back to filling in above the floor joists again, like I have done previously up there in that section, and then laying another layer of inner insulation. But I've got a half a day's work worth of moving materials out of the way, digging out more of the scrap insulation so I can make all the cuts and start getting those pieces installed. But before that happens, I got to install some plywood. So what I'll show now is some time-lapse video. Didn't get as much as I'd like. My Hero 6 just does not handle this cold weather. Doesn't work at all. The Hero 5 works well, and the Hero 7 works pretty well. So GoPro, your Hero 6 has got some issues with cold weather. So what'll follow now is some video clips, some time lapse of some of the installation of the vertical boards here, as well as the base pressure treated 2x4s as well. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. This is a very slow project, doing what I can. If you thought the video was of value, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, hit that bell icon if you want to be notified when we post more videos. Stay warm, folks, and have a good day. Bye-bye now.